When we say Newton's third law, we're referring to Sir Isaac Newton, the famous mathematician and physicist. Now, Newton is said to be one of the foremost scientific intellectuals of all time. And how do we remember him? As the bloke who was hit on the head by an apple. Now, his third law states that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This is most definitely true in selling. If we push people, they will invariably push back. You see, the customer wants to buy a car. They simply haven't found the right one yet. As a result, when people begin the process of buying, they're in a state of equilibrium. Our aim is to tip them towards the sale. However, for every force pushing them on, there are forces of resistance holding them back. As a result, if we simply try to push the customer towards a sale, natural forces of resistance can hold them back. Traditionally, typical push strategies, our driving forces would include the product presentation, the presentation of product features, closing techniques, and objection handling, to name just a few. We often find, though, that the harder we push, the more resistance we seem to create. Customers want to buy the car and so should be susceptible to a good sales presentation. However, they're invariably also under the influence of forces of resistance brought about by many factors, including their past experience. They may suffer buyer's remorse, experience fear and cynicism. Information received from our competitors may well be playing on their mind, and they'll almost certainly have apprehensions regarding cost. As a result, as well as employing the usual push strategies associated with selling, if we're to be truly effective, we must also work to mitigate these forces of resistance. Strategies which can be employed to reduce the impact of the forces of resistance include rapport building, attitude, enhancing credibility, benefit selling, buying motivations, communication skills, influence in negotiation, persuasion, and the value proposition. Throughout this program, we'll be exploring the driving forces which are employed in selling and the strategies which are used to mitigate the forces of resistance. We'll begin by defining selling and considering how selling is approached within the motor trade.